What's up? I'm Scotty from the Boardr, where we help run some of skateboarding's most fun events. In this series of videos, we'll be covering how to run a quality event. All right, little Billy, you got 20 seconds left. Let's see it. In this segment, we'll cover executing your event.
So we're going to get going here with executing your event. We're going to talk about the day of and everything that needs to go down before your event starts and getting you through the whole day. So we're going to start off with branding and aesthetics. So you're going to get started with your branding and aesthetics before the venue opens for your event, and you're going to get everything done prior to your scheduled practice time starting. So basically, you're trying to present to your customers, hey, we got it together. We have all this done before you get here. You don't want to have kids practicing and you're setting up the sound system and you're trying to put banners up and you're putting stickers on the course when they're trying to skate the step up. That's what you don't want to do. So you want to have all that done before your customers actually arrive. So second, the overall aesthetic and look of your event should not be an afterthought. Remember, this is something you want to look good, professional, clean, and on point. To get started with the branding, we're going to discuss banners first. So possible tools you're going to need: zip ties, bungee cords, staple gun, plenty of staples, a drill, washers, tape, double-sided tape. You're going to need all these different tools to install banners, on plywood, maybe in between trees. Sometimes walls are concrete. Sometimes you're hanging them off fences. There's no telling what kind of environment you're going to be in, because a lot of time you're going to go to event sites and contests where you haven't actually been there to see how you're going to be able to install banners. Or if you've looked at photos or video, maybe it just isn't the same once you get there, just like any skate spot. Two, you have to pick a very, very prime location. So for your banners, it's basically the background of the area that you're seeing getting skated the most. If there's a wall behind the handrail, if there's a quarter pipe, there's a wall at the back of the quarter pipe. Those are like really good areas to put bigger, large banners. Easy sizes to work with banners. When we get them from our sponsors, we say, hey, 2x5, 3x3, 4x4. That way we know anywhere we go, we can make these banners fit. And if there's like a fence height, fence heights are usually 4 feet. I use 3x3 banners on those 4 feet, and one thing you can do is you can stack the same logos together for more powerful visibility. Instead of one giant logo, you can have multiple of the same logos, and it kind of gets the same point across. So here's an example of how to install banners quickly and efficiently on plywood. This particular event, we only have 2 banners, so you're basically trying to get them in the center of the ramp as quickly as possible. They're going to go off the top line right there to make sure it's straight. You're hoping the wall's straight already. We know this wall is, actually. And you got 2 guys working together. And notice that Justin is not putting 100 staples in this thing. It's not necessary. This only has to be done has to be installed for the day. Then you have Chaz, got the New Balance banner already in place. Justin stapling away. They're making sure it's not crooked. And sometimes, like when you have someone like me in the background, that one is crooked, by the way. I can tell by here, so they would have to pull that one out and redo it.
Make sure you have staples in your staple gun.
Oh, there you go. You do want to make sure you have staples in the staple guns as you bring them up there. That's great. Hey, in the field, you're working on a contest, someone has a box of staples in their pocket to get this thing going. But yeah, this is the idea here. Yeah, there you go. A couple banners installed quick enough. Could go quicker, but you see a little gap in the middle at the bottom there. I would definitely probably have that redone, but the idea here is that to give you an example of how you quickly put up banners in the field and get it done. You'll see with the example with skating that any trick done on this, any photo taken, banners are very visible. Other branding you're going to use is ramp stickers. So once again, you're still thinking of design, general aesthetic. You're not going to take a little tiny sticker and put it in the middle of a big ramp. It's not going to work. It's not going to be effective. If all you have is small stickers, okay, do your best with it. Put it on the top corner of a hip, put it on the bottom corner of a hubba, somewhere that's going to get some visibility. But the ideal ramp sticker size that can get the point across anywhere and you can see from a distance is around like the 1x1 or 1.5 by 1.5 size, basically 1 square foot or slightly larger. Still easy to work with, and you can put them down pretty quickly and efficiently, and you can see them from a distance. To get a little more detailed, on the top of a hip, at the top of the hip of a banked hip on a street course, on the platform of a hip on like a hip of transition, top left of ramps, top right of ramps. If you have a real big sticker, sure, right in the middle of the ramp is just fine. And here's an excellent example of where to place a sticker on a street course. These are the ramp stickers we were talking about, like the size, about 1 by 1. You're picking a spot that has like, great visibility. A step up, of course, is going to get skated up and down the entire contest. You're getting in a placement where it's like even on the top, even on the sides, and that's how quickly you put a sticker down. Another great spot is the top of this ledge right up here. So basically, it's a bank to ledge. You're getting it at the edge, or you have the proper placement with at the top and the sides. A little harder with the angled edge right there. But what Chaz just did is he fixed it when it was crooked. You don't want crooked stickers. People know you aren't paying attention. You're not spending your time on it. I would change that in the field. But back tail is going to get seen. Front 5-0, front Smith grind, visible in the background of the camera every time. Once again, same kind of concept on the placement. It's like you're getting around, trying to get the same distance on the top as your other side. It's going to be a little different on an angled hubba. But you think about it here, and any trick that's done on this, front 5-0, back 50-50, back tail, it's going to get seen perfectly. So moving forward with the execution of your event, don't forget your tents, tables, and chairs. So you're going to place your tents, tables, and chairs in an organized manner, of course. However, you're going to use your tents for judging and DJ. Those guys will be, sort of next to each other in that area. Usually need 2 10x10s for that. Tables for those guys, of course, and then your chairs behind. You might, if you have some extra chairs, sure, throw them out for the crowd, but that's usually not what you're going to have with you on an event that you're popping up day of. And another great branding opportunity, of course, is your tent. You can have, the way we do it at the Boardr, our tents that we carry, of course, are branded with the Boardr, but we also carry some of our sponsors' tents with us as well, event to event, so we're able to use them for different needs. Moving down the list, don't forget about your awards location. You're going to choose your awards location ahead of time. Don't wait until it's like, what, the contest is over? Wait, where are we going to do the awards? Of course, you're going to choose a spot that has great visibility and has easy access to as well. Now to dive into the next one, which has to do exactly with the awards, is your trophies and prizing. So awards location and trophy and prizing go hand in hand. The contest is going to end, the results are calculated, hopefully instantly, and you're moving the whole process over to the awards location. That's already been chosen, and in the background, there is someone already designated with getting all the trophies and prizing ready to go. Everything is listed out in order. The trophies are in order from whatever division you're starting with. From 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd down to 1st place. Trophies are in order, ready to be handed out, and the prize packs are the same way. Basically, the announcers should just be able to show up, walk up, have the results on their phone or iPad or piece of paper if they're already printed out, and then go immediately right into the awards. And there's someone, basically, the contest director at that point, is ushering them over, and the person ready with all the prizing is there handing it out. Announcers call it out, and the prizes are just handed out to the skaters. So we have 2 more major items on executing your event. Number 1 of the last 2 is the sound system. As you can see, I wrote sound system bigger on purpose because it's so important. Without a proper sound system, you cannot effectively run your contest. That is your way to control everything. It's to control the crowd, to tell the skaters what to do, and just to keep everything flowing. If you can have the best announcers, the best judging, scoring, all this stuff will not matter if no one can hear you talk and keep things organized. So a couple things to think of when you're going into a venue. If you're in an indoor venue like this one here at the Boardr HQ, sound is going to be really difficult. You have to get in there early or the day before and test out your sound. Everything bounces off the walls in places like this, and the acoustics are absolutely terrible. Usually a lot easier when you're outside, when you have like Mackie style speakers. They'll blast super far, no echoes, and very easy, unless you're under a bridge of some type or something like that. Going under a bridge, and the one I always think of is LES in New York City, is probably the worst sound, and it takes some detailed tuning to get it to sound right, to even be able to hear yourself, or for have the skaters to hear you and effectively run the event. And then, of course, part of the sound system is your cordless mics. We always run it with 2 cordless mics for usually 2 announcers at most times. Test those mics out everywhere the announcers are going to walk, especially over to the awards location if it's different from the judging and announcing area. And as a backup, we like to keep one corded mic there just for emergency purposes. It's there, it's plugged in, it's ready to go, but it's just not on. And we only grab it if we need to. A lot of times with cordless mics, the signals will get jammed up, or they'll be crossing, or batteries will run out and you're not paying attention, and you just grab that corded mic and you're in. Okay, the final thing we're going to talk about here on executing your event is the scoring. So with scoring, basically just make sure you have a plan. Old school pen and paper with someone adding up the scores, that works. Spreadsheets on a computer, that's fine too. Or you can go up to the Boardr Live and use it on, via internet. That works as well. No matter what you do, you have to have a plan. And usually there's a scoring person that is part of their job. At our smaller events, the person working registration, once registration is sort of closed or slows down a bit as the contest starts, makes their way over and they become the scoring person. Sometimes the scoring person is the one entering all the data in. Other times they're just kind of overseeing, make sure everything runs smoothly and the system's running smoothly. No matter what though, you have to have a plan going into it. There is also an entire chapter that deals with scoring because it is so important. Okay, that's it for executing your event. Thank you for watching the series. I'm Ryan Clements. If you have any questions at any time, hit us up at help@theboardr.com.